On a crisp Wednesday morning in New York City, Ryan Reynolds took the stage at the Time 100 Summit, held at Jazz at Lincoln Center, delivering a charismatic yet carefully curated discussion. The 48-year-old actor, renowned for his role as the irreverent Deadpool, was notably silent about his wife, Blake Lively, despite her recent recognition as one of Time's 100 most influential people of 2025. This omission raised eyebrows, especially given their shared professional endeavors, including their production company, Maximum Effort, and other ventures like B for Effort and the Group Effort Initiative. Reynolds, however, chose to steer the conversation elsewhere, focusing on his storytelling philosophy and business strategies, deftly navigating a question about handling negative media attention. The summit, a gathering of global thought leaders, provided a platform for Reynolds to reflect on his career and creative vision. Just one day prior, Lively, 37, had been celebrated by Time for her influence in entertainment and philanthropy. The former Gossip Girl star, known for her roles in films like The Age of Adeline, has also made waves as a producer and entrepreneur. Yet, Reynolds made no mention of her contributions, even when discussing Maximum Effort, a company they co-manage, which has produced hits like Deadpool and Wolverine. This decision came amid a challenging period for Lively, who is navigating a complex legal matter with her It Ends With Us co-star, Justin Baldoni. The dispute, widely covered by the press, has drawn significant attention. But Reynolds opted not to address it, maintaining a professional distance. During the summit, an interviewer posed a pointed question: how has media scrutiny affected your brand and businesses? Reynolds, known for his quick wit, sidestepped the inquiry with a response that was both thoughtful and evasive. As Tina Fey once quipped, "If you're feeling confident, just check the internet," he said, drawing laughter from the audience. In all seriousness, I often speak to students about storytelling, emphasizing how it can connect people in clever, joyful, and surprising ways. That's the guiding principle for my companies, uniting audiences through creativity. Reynolds then delved into a reflection on his personal growth, particularly during his 20s, a time when he experimented with different facets of his identity. When you're young, you try on personalities like jackets, he explained. One day you're this person, the next you're someone else. Eventually, you borrow from countless influences, and that's when you discover who you are. It's not about fame or career. It's about self-awareness. This introspective tangent, while engaging, served to deflect the original question about media challenges, showcasing Reynolds' knack for controlling the narrative. He continued, addressing the polarized nature of media coverage. I once read an article that painted me as a chaotic mess, tearing me apart. He said, avoiding graphic metaphors. Then another piece hailed me as some kind of hero, worthy of endless praise. My reaction to both was the same: a detached curiosity. Neither story was entirely true. And that realization was liberating. Reynolds attributed this perspective to unconventional experiences, including conflict resolution workshops he attended in Santa Fe. I skipped traditional self-improvement routes and ended up in these sessions, which I'd recommend only if you're fond of turquoise accessories, he joked, keeping the tone light yet insightful. Meanwhile, Lively's Time 100 recognition highlighted her advocacy and resilience. In a statement, she expressed gratitude for the honor, emphasizing the importance of amplifying voices. This moment feels profound, like looking back from the future or forward from childhood, she wrote. Being included is humbling, but having a voice is a privilege that should be universal. Thank you to Time and to those who inspire courage, even in the face of fear. she also acknowledged civil rights attorney Sherilyn Ifill, who penned a tribute for her. Ifill, a former leader of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, received a $1 million donation from Lively and Reynolds in 2019, a testament to their commitment to social justice. Sherilyn's words mean the world, Lively continued. From the moment we met, she has embodied grace, wisdom, and strength, illuminating even the darkest times. Her work reminds us of our shared humanity, showing that connection is possible even when division seems inevitable. This message underscored Lively's focus on unity and empowerment, qualities that have defined her public persona. Reynolds and Lively, married since September 2012, share 4 children and a partnership that blends personal and professional spheres. Their production company, Maximum Effort, has become a creative powerhouse, known for its bold marketing campaigns and audience-driven projects. B for Effort and the Group Effort Initiative further reflect their commitment to fostering talent and community engagement. Yet, the couple has faced their share of challenges, particularly in recent months. Sources close to them have described the legal and media scrutiny as demanding, noting that both are striving to remain supportive and optimistic. Some days are tougher than others, but they lean on each other, one insider shared. The Time 100 Summit appearance was a microcosm of Reynolds' public persona, charming, self-deprecating, and strategically reserved. By avoiding mention of Lively, he maintained focus on his individual contributions while subtly acknowledging the complexities of their shared spotlight. His ability to navigate tough questions with humor and insight speaks to his media savvy, honed over decades in Hollywood. From his early roles in Van Wilder to his reinvention as a blockbuster star and entrepreneur, Reynolds has mastered the art of reinvention, much like the personalities he described from his youth. Lively, too, has carved a distinctive path, balancing acting, producing, and advocacy. Her Time 100 honor places her among luminaries like scientists, activists, and artists, a recognition of her multifaceted impact. Despite the legal challenges, she remains a prominent figure, using her platform to champion causes like racial justice and gender equality. The couple's philanthropy, including their NAACP donation and support for various charities, underscores their shared values, even if Reynolds chose not to highlight them on this occasion. As the summit concluded, Reynolds left the audience with a final thought on storytelling. It's about finding the unexpected threads that connect us, whether through a film, a campaign, or a simple conversation. That's what keeps me going. His words, delivered with his signature grin, encapsulated his approach to both art and life, a blend of authenticity and careful curation. This moment at the Time 100 Summit, set against the backdrop of Lively's accolade and their ongoing challenges, painted a portrait of a couple navigating fame with grace and discretion. While Reynolds' silence on Lively sparked curiosity, it also reflected a deliberate choice to separate personal and professional narratives, at least for one morning in New York. Their story, like the ones they tell through Maximum Effort, continues to unfold, weaving together humor, heart, and resilience in the face of scrutiny. The untold story of Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and the company fueling speculation in their legal battle with Justin Baldoni. A mysterious company named Van Zandt has emerged at the heart of a high-profile dispute between actress Blake Lively and director Justin Baldoni, sparking widespread online chatter about Lively's connection to Ryan Reynolds and their shared business ventures. Internet detectives have pieced together clues, suggesting that Van Zandt's very name holds secrets tied to the couple's personal histories, igniting curiosity about when their professional and personal paths first intertwined. Van Zan, registered in California in September 2010, has a name that some believe nods to the hometowns of Lively and Reynolds. Reynolds, born in Vancouver, often uses the social media handle VanCity, a clear reference to his Canadian roots. Meanwhile, Lively grew up in Tarzana, California, leading some to speculate that Zan could be a subtle tribute to her upbringing. The timing of Van Zan's formation, shortly after Lively and Reynolds met while filming The Green Lantern in 2010, has fueled theories about their early collaboration. At the time, Reynolds was still married to Scarlett Johansson, though their divorce was finalized later that year. Lively, meanwhile, ended her relationship with Penn Badgley around the same period, adding layers to the speculation. Celebrity gossip commentator Zach Peter, host of the popular podcast No Filter, recently explored these connections in a video shared with his followers. There's been talk that Blake and Ryan's relationship may have started on the set of The Green Lantern. Peter noted, "Could Van Zan be a joint venture they created when they first crossed paths? The name seems too coincidental." Peter also pointed out that Eric Binder, Reynolds' business manager, is linked to Van Zan's records, though Reynolds himself is not listed as a director or officer. This has led some to wonder if the couple was laying the groundwork for a shared enterprise long before their romance became public in 2011. However, a deeper look into Van Zan's history reveals a more complex picture. According to a source familiar with the company's origins, Lively's involvement with Van Zan began years after its initial formation. The company was first established in Delaware in 2008, well before Lively and Reynolds ever met. It later registered to operate in California in 2010, with Eric Rothschild listed as its agent, operating out of San Diego. A former associate of Rothschild shared insights with DailyMail.com, recalling the moment the name Van Zan was chosen. "We were brainstorming ideas, and Eric thought Van Zan sounded sophisticated, like it carried a sense of legacy," the source explained. It had nothing to do with celebrities or Hollywood at the time. Van Zan's early years were marked by notable challenges. In 2010 and 2011, the company faced multiple legal disputes in San Diego courts, including a case involving an unpaid office lease. One local firm, Wafico Company, secured a $100,000 judgment against Van Zan in June 2011. Rothschild, who was later revealed to have used aliases such as Brian Urquhart and Brian Knapp, filed for bankruptcy in 2012. Around the same time, the Federal Trade Commission pursued a civil case against him, alleging that his business practices violated consumer data regulations. These early issues paint a picture of a company with a turbulent past, far removed from the glamour of Hollywood. Fast forward to 2024, and Van Zan is once again making headlines, this time tied to Lively's legal clash with Baldoni. In September 2024, Lively used Van Zan to file a legal request, securing access to hundreds of text messages from Baldoni's former publicist, Stephanie Jones. These messages, Lively claims, support her allegations of a publicity dispute orchestrated by Baldoni. Baldoni has denied the accusations and responded with a defamation lawsuit against Lively, escalating the conflict. The source familiar with Van Zan's early days expressed surprise at its recent prominence. "It's hard to believe Blake or Ryan would have wanted anything to do with Van Zan, given its messy history," they said. "If they're involved, it must be a completely new version of the company." California records shed further light on Van Zan's evolution. The company became inactive in 2013, with no public filings until 2021, when Blake Reynolds, Lively's married name, appeared as CEO, secretary, and chief financial officer. The address listed was tied to Reynolds' business management firm in New York. Additionally, a separate entity, Van Zandt Inc., was registered in New York in 2019, also linked to Reynolds' management company, ML Management. These details suggest that Lively and Reynolds may have repurposed or acquired Van Zandt for their own ventures, distancing it from its troubled origins. The speculation surrounding Van Zandt highlights the public's fascination with Lively and Reynolds, whose charm and charisma have made them one of Hollywood's most beloved couples.